Hello and welcome to TSM 517-617 combined on-campus and online section of Advanced Systems Planning. My name is Dr. Vlad Krotov and I will be your instructor for this course. Before I say anything else, let me make this point clear. This introduction video, is not meant to replace the syllabus. You still need to read the syllabus and go over all other materials in the introduction to the course module. So once again, this video does not make it redundant for you to look at the syllabus. As you know, at this stage of your career, a course syllabus is a very important document that outlines the expectations of the instructor towards students, that clearly lists all the assessment elements, grading scales and stuff like that. So it is very important that you go over the syllabus and all other documents in the module called Introduction to the Course. The main purpose of this video is to help you to get started with this course in Canvas. I think this video will be especially useful for those students who are taking this course online. As I told you before, this course combines both online and face-to-face on-campus students. I'm actually hoping that there will be at least some degree of interaction between online and face-to-face students. Most likely those interactions will happen within course discussion threads that are pinned at the top of each module. So for example, I'm hoping that both online and face-to-face students will post questions and comments for Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and all other modules that we have in our course. Also, feel free to answer questions from other students. Sometimes I've noticed when I'm traveling and I cannot get back to students immediately, some students are responding to the questions of their peers, and I really appreciate that. And that also shows that we have a high degree of communication and collaboration in a course. So we have both face-to-face and online students in this course. We share most of the materials, in our course Canvas page. Of course, some operational issues will be slightly different between online and face-to-face students, and I will try to bring your attention to those operational issues as I talk about this course. So once again, welcome to this course, and let me help you get started with TSM 517-617 Advanced Systems Planning. If you look at the course organization, you will see that it is fairly linear in nature. What I mean by linear organization is that you proceed through this course by starting at the top and just reading, completing each item one at a time. Okay, so it's fairly linear. Number two, for online students, this course is asynchronous, meaning you have quite a bit of freedom as to when you work on those individual course items. However, know that there's a deadline for each quiz and for each homework, for the final exam, for the midterm exam, and for the final project. So work when it's convenient for you, but please comply with the deadlines. Okay, so that's what I mean by a synchronous online course. Also, as you can see here at the top, you have announcements. Now, announcements are very important messages that I would like to send to all students in class. Sometimes I send announcements to my face-to-face section only, or sometimes it's to my online students only. So you see like a combined, here you see like a combined announcements board, although if you're an online student, you will not see this announcement about no class on Thursday. So this announcement is meant only for face-to-face students. So at the very top you have announcements. Make sure you pay attention to those. I'm promising to you right now that I won't be like a spammer sending you too many announcements. I know that you're getting a lot of emails, a lot of updates to your student email account. So I'm trying to be conservative with that. I only post announcements that I think are very important, to my students. It's usually something related to deadlines, let's say midterm exam deadline, or deadline extension, or some changes to the course structure that I'm making. And I'm making those changes always to benefit the student, to make it simpler for them, not to make it more complicated. So please pay attention to my announcements. So the first announcement simply welcomes you to this course. The second announcement says that you have quite a bit of work to do during the first week of the semester. You need to cover the introduction to the course module and also chapter 1 module. And then here I'm informing my face-to-face students that we won't have a formal lecture this week. Obviously this doesn't make any effect on my online students because we don't have any formal lectures. The reason I won't be here on Thursday is that I'm traveling to AMSIS, which stands for America's Conference on Information Systems. It's one of the top information systems conferences in my field in the world. So I attend it every year. So this year they made it a bit strange, at least given my schedule, that it's way into August. Obviously a lot of schools start classes in second half of August. But nevertheless, this is something that I planned a long time ago, and I will be going to this conference. But while I'm gone, both online and face-to-face students, as I told you before, are expected to complete Introduction to the Course module and Chapter 1 module. Okay. But once again, the organization of this course is linear. I posted everything that you need, almost everything that you need for this semester, probably with the exception of exams, because I will create and activate them a bit later. So I posted everything. Just proceed through each module one item at a time. So start at the very top. First of all, you need to watch our course introduction video. Because you're watching this video, it means you succeeded at clicking at this link, right? If you have any questions, general course questions, meaning something that is not related to any of the topics covered by the chapters, post your questions here either now or anytime throughout the semester. Overall, you will see that each module has a discussion thread pinned at the top. So whenever you have a question, you should post it here. Again, I would like to encourage you to post all of your questions to Canvas. If it's something related to the course content, then please don't send me an email about this. Post your question to Canvas. In that way, when I respond to your question, other people will be able to see my response as well. So they will be benefiting from our communication exchanges as well. Okay. But of course, if it's something personal, something that you don't want other students to see, then feel free to send me an email. And my email is listed in the syllabus for this course. So feel free to send me an email if you don't want others to see the content of your message. So look at my bio. This is like a handout that talks a little bit about my educational and professional background, the kind of research that I do. You won't be tested over it, obviously. You just need to know my name, right? You need to know that my name is Dr. Vlad Krotov, so that you don't mix me or confuse me with Dr. Solomon or Dr. Mino or something like that. So make sure you know who I am. The most important document in this module, of course, is the syllabus. You need to go over the syllabus. It's a very important document. It tells you about all the requirements. Of course, I'll be guiding you as the semester progresses about deadlines, about submissions, and stuff like that. I'll be reminding you, hopefully, but at the same time, it's better that you know at least the structure, the outline of the course from day one. So make sure you go over the quiz. Also, take a look at our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel for this course. There is a playlist that's called 517, 617. This video should be a part of that playlist as well. So all chapter presentations that I have in this course, like for example, chapter 1, chapter 2, are also available in the form of voice over PowerPoint videos posted to YouTube. So what you can do for this course, when you cover chapters, you can do both. You can read a particular chapter and then you can watch my video presentation to review the content of that chapter. So I'm giving you multiple channels, and my impression is that successful students, meaning students who really master the content of this course, they do both. They read and they also watch my video presentations. So this will be an important channel, obviously, for online students. They can always watch my presentations online. For my face-to-face students, it's also an important channel. And one difference here is that you need to between online and face-to-face students is that for my face-to-face on-campus students, I'm using the so-called flipped classroom approach. So what I mean by that, I won't be covering the entire chapter in class, when you come to class. Like for example, next week when we have this actual face-to-face meeting, I'm asking you to cover chapter 2 before you come to class. So I'm not going to spend the entire class time lecturing. So what I will do instead, I will just bring your attention to some of the major points, some of the major concepts of this and all other chapters. I will see whether you have any questions, and then you will take in-class quiz based on that chapter to show me that you have mastered the content of a particular chapter. So once again, for face-to-face students, you need to cover each chapter before you come to class. So you see, the deadline for this quiz is August 23rd, which is Thursday. So when you come to class on Thursday, you should take this quiz based on chapter 2. So basically those quizzes, they will be taking, you'll be taking this quiz only in class. I won't allow you to take it at home. Online students obviously will take those quizzes at home, at their own convenient location. But for my face-to-face students, it should be taken only in class. This is also in a way your participation grade, because if you miss a particular quiz, your overall grade will go down. I promise you I will drop one lowest grade out of all your quiz grades at the end of the semester. So you can miss one class without having your final grade suffering because of that. But other than that, you should be attending every week. It's also important to attend every week. Again, I'm talking to my face-to-face students because you'll be working on a group project on your strategic information systems plan. And sorry for digressing a little bit. It's a very important deliverable. It's a major grade component. So I suggest you start looking at it from day one. At least take a look at it during the first week of the semester. My face-to-face students are expected to complete the strategic information systems plan in a group. And once they complete this project, they will present it in class, and they will submit the report, and then there will be a peer evaluation component. So I will ask each student to evaluate each student in their group based on his or her contribution to the group project. For online students, the procedure will be less complicated. All you need to do, you need to submit your final report at the end of the semester. I already set the deadlines. The end of the semester is it's officially October 30th, so there are deadlines entered here, but for this particular submission I entered December 2nd, so that you have 2 weekend days to finalize your project. So start working on that. Of course, what makes things a bit harder for online students is that they have to complete the entire project on their own, so it will be a bit more time consuming. But at the same time, since online students are not involved with some of the course interactions, I feel like it's a kind of good way to compensate for that absence of face-to-face interaction, where online students will really have to get into all aspects of strategic systems planning on their own. So that will compensate a little bit for the lack of face-to-face interaction. But again, just because we're not meeting face-to-face does not mean that you cannot interact with me and with other people in class. If you have questions about the information system plan, then post them here. I don't have this as an explicit part of the project requirements, but I'm asking you to share as soon as you can, to share your ideas for a project here. This course has the so-called service learning component, where I ask you to create an information systems plan for a real organization. So that's what we mean by service learning component. You act as a consultant, where you go and you look at an organization, you study its assets, IT assets, you study its resources, and then you suggest a long-term plan in relation to their information systems function. So that's what the project is about. I don't have any requirements as to what the topic should be on, what your organization should be about. However, I have several criteria that I use when it comes to evaluating students' ideas. Number one, it has to be done for a real organization. It cannot be done for a hypothetical organization. Number two, it has to be, ideally, it has to be something that benefits your own either current or future career. So it would be nice if you, for example, if you're working right now, it would be great if you do this project for your own organization, or maybe the organization that you're aspiring to work for. So it has to be something that is related, to your career, something that will help you in your future career. Or maybe if you don't know where you want to work, if you don't work now, maybe you can still create something that you can show to other potential employers, saying, look what I've done, I created this information systems plan. So it will still be a part of your career portfolio, something that is likely to benefit your career in the future. So those are the kind of high-level considerations I look at when I'm telling you whether it's a good idea or not. But once you have an idea, first of all, read about the project requirements, and once you have an idea, then post your idea here, and I will try to comment, tell you what I think about this idea. Maybe you can if you have some ideas, you can if you're a student, you can comment on other students' ideas as well if you have any thoughts. If you see any hidden stones, or if you like the idea, you can comment on that as well. So start working on it from day one. I'll be reminding you about this, but it's something that needs to be planned for. Oftentimes I see students, they think it's an easy thing, and they wait until, sometimes not even until the end of the semester, they wait until the second half of the semester to start working on it, and then something doesn't work out, somebody gets sick, then their contacts within this organization are not responsive, and then it becomes a big mess if you wait for too long before starting working on this project. Of course, for my face-to-face students, I'll be coaching them more on this component of the course. In fact, we will be using the so-called Scrum framework. Scrum is an agile project management methodology. So once we cover Scrum, I'll help my face-to-face students to get organized as a team and start working under the Scrum methodology on their group project. Once again, online students will have to complete this project individually to compensate for that apparent lack of face-to-face interaction that is, inherent to any online course. So this is what I wanted to say. This is something that hopefully will help you to get started with this course. So start working on this course. Start at the top and complete items one by one. Again, I would like to remind you that you have to complete Introduction to the Course module and Chapter 1 module by August 19th, which is by the end of the first week of this semester. So you have quite a bit of work to do during the first week. So thank you for listening to my presentation, and I wish you best of luck in this course and all other courses that you're taking this semester.